Hello everybody, welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting the Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup 2022. We've got Group W for you today. It's SlimKirby versus Kiebs. Commentating for us is Captain 1977 and Westside Vandal, and tracking is Yoinku's wife. Say hello everybody.
Hello everybody, welcome in. Thanks Ricky for the introduction. Yep, we are deep into the Challenge Cup mode here. We are ending that near of the end of the Challenge Cup group stage here.
Yeah.
And
which makes it kind of surprising, because as you can see by the stats here, this is these two runners' first game versus each other in the group stage.
Yeah, I mean, both of these runners doing fairly well for themselves. They're both 3-1 right now, and whoever wins today is automatically in, and the other one could easily get in as well, and they win the next one. So, lots to play for here.
Yep, they could definitely split the series, and cause a bit of a logjam, but that is a later problem. Right now, we've got this race about to start. Looking at their other stats, their average times are pretty close. Their best times are pretty close. SlimKirby does seem have a bit more experience on racetime.gg, but that doesn't mean too much with the prevalence of ladder nowadays, among other things.
Yeah, it's almost like this game is random or something. Anything can happen.
Yep. Speaking of random, the mode for this race is going to be Ambrosia, which is just a casual speed. You start with your first sword. The uncle is guaranteed to tell you, give you a hint as to the location of the boots, and every single dungeon boss is going to have a non-dungeon item. So, that all being said, we're about 45 seconds out here by my reckoning. This should be a pretty good race. Two very strong runners.
Absolutely. You're gonna have to keep those dungeon item counts in mind, as you can be able to potentially skip some items in dungeons as long as you realize, oh, I found everything else the last time I was at the boss. And yeah, we're just gonna get going here in 20 seconds, so
yeah. Apparently, the runners were supposed to run this race Thursday, but there was an unfortunate power outage, which can happen.
There we go. We are underway. Boots in the light world. Helpful.
Yes. Looks like we have a bog standard Link sprite for Kiebs and Birdo for SlimKirby. Right-wise.
Not much to talk about this first 5 to 6 minutes here. Both just gonna go through escape like normal and.
Yep. This is a very execution heavy opening. If you're familiar with NMG, it can be useful. Ambrosia can give useful hints. If it's in a dungeon, it will specifically name the dungeon. Like if it's in Dark Palace, it will stay Dark Palace.
We're going to be looking for, well, I was going to say we want to find some bombs for the back of escape, but...
And then we bombs. Did. Yeah. And, you know, I believe there is also a hint template for if it's on Death Mountain. And because it counts as a dungeon, it will also say, Lonk, your boots are in Ganon's tower, if the seed is that rude. In this specific case, yes, Light World would be Light World Overworld check.
It could be many places like Pedestal. It could be in Kakariko somewhere. We don't know.
Yep. It could even be Mimic Cave, because that is considered a Light World check.
Oh.
There is a very early Master Sword.
Okay.
So we will see if the lamp decides to show up here quickly. Because that could make for an interesting gamble decision if you want to just risk Dark World access being gated behind AGA 1 and just go for it as soon as you can. For those of you unfamiliar with Link to the Past randomizer, you may be wondering, I talk about the lamp as if we have yet to find it, which we haven't, obviously. But some of you may be wondering, okay, then how are they going to get through escape? For standard mode in Link to the Past randomizer, there's a bit of a hack in place to just give you the cone of light that the lamp provides while you're in Hyrule Castle.
Ooh, no, Kiebs taking an early death there on the ball of Jingard, unfortunately.
Oh. And we find Princess Zelda next to apparently the trash can in the basement because it's just got an empty bottle in it. Yeah, that is a very unfortunate setback for Kiebs. That's going to be roughly a minute now because he has to come all the way back down and try again.
Yeah, there's no skipping this. You have to do it.
Yep. But taking a death, yeah, there is probably one of the worst places to take a death in Escape. And also just taking a death in Escape in general during a standard seed already just wrong foots you. Speaking from experience, now it's just going to be okay. I know I'm a minute behind now, so you might consider making plays that you wouldn't normally consider simply because, oh man, I got to make up for that death in Escape.
Manages to take down the ball chain guard this time. I'm gonna rescue Zelda, get the bottle. While Slim is heading to the dark part of the escape sequence here, as we see that free light code we get without the lamp.
Yeah, pointing out, Slim did decide to just take the right route to get back up to the door we had to push open to get down here. And then did get the key, which we kind of knew that was going to be there because we hadn't found it yet, and we need it for the door to get back here. Speaking of keys, get that key from the rat. And then we need to backtrack all the way to the blast furnace to heat it up. Wait, wrong game, sorry. Hookshot, hello. And tempered.
Oh, just put 2 swords in escape. Why not?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Birdo is the word Chad is looking for. Birdo is, in fact, the wordo. I'll show myself out. All right. So there is going to be an item here in the Sanctuary chest because we did find the map of Hyrule Castle and the small key. And just a piece of heart, but still nice to have. Yes, and now we kind of see the cost of that death as Kiebs still just now getting to retrieve his pal key from the sewer rat there.
Slim making his way up into the Lost Woods. Possible tree pull here, yep. We got just hearts.
and 50 rupees, which gives us enough for the bottle vendor, so we'll be grabbing those.
Here's our friend the bush crab having 5 rupees today. He's gonna farm here a bit.
Yeah, get enough to refresh our bomb count. Just buy 10 for 50. And then immediately make that a moot point.
Thank you, game. Alright,
Yep.
Kiebs making his way out of escape here. Gonna be headed the same way. Oh, there's a nice
and a
ball.
bomb pole. Nice.
And a full magic refill from that bird. Thank you.
Yeah, the the Lost Woods being very, very kind to SlimKirby today. Well, technically to both of our runners. We'll see if Kiebs gets as lucky with the enemy item drop, and plus gets both tree poles.
Looks like we're gonna get a lumberjack check here on Kiebs' side, as well as Slim heads into Lion's Hut. Got just 20 rupees there on the lumberjack ledge.
Okay, Cane of Samaria in Blind's Hut, and the flute.
Plenty of money to go around here.
Already have enough to do Zora if we need to. This is shaping up to be quite an interesting seed. Got the flute already. Got tempered. There's our lamp, which, for those of you playing along at home, that brings up Aga 1. Granted, there's still plenty to look at here, so I wouldn't go herring off to Aghanim Tower just yet. But it is definitely an option.
We just got scammed by the bottle merchant. Invested our money poorly. Thank you.
And then we went to soothe our souls by setting loose the goose there. Duck is a muck, pheasant is present, Dodo is a go-go. There's a bunch of them. I've forgotten more of them than I care to admit.
We saw our map check there. We got 2 pendants in the light world today.
Yep, looked like green pendant Eastern, and then a regular crystal on desert. SlimKirby just throwing the chicken through the door. Nice.
Look into the back of the tower. We're going to find the other cane. Both canes in Kakariko today.
Just stealing 2 different old men's canes in Kakariko. Wow. That's kind of rude, honestly.
Then you steal that sick kid's $20. How dare.
Well, no, that was more the sick kid going, wow, that's a sweet empty bottle you have there. Here's your bottle deposit back.
Slim making his way out of Kakariko. Gonna check the library here. Obviously you can't get it, but just 20 rupees. Not gonna be back for that. See if those boots are gonna turn up sooner than later here. Right here on the race game. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be doing race game for 1 rupee. I don't think that's in the cards. What we are gonna see though is a desert ledge check, which is 5 rupees, and a Nagina check. This is kind of one of those spots that's annoying to do, but since it is a Spear 0 check, it can trip you up.
You never know when you're gonna get back over this way, so you might as well just get it out of the way quickly. That flute, it just makes it fairly simple and quick. We get just a heart piece though.
All right, so save and quit, flute out. And now we're going to see South Shore, looks like. Full heart container. Oop. Switch being a little slippery, but we got there. Oh, Keebs missing the hook shot phase through there. We're about 13 minutes into this seed, Grand UK, which is, I would still say, very strongly in early game. Especially in a Ambrosia seed, where we are spending the first 6 minutes or so in an escape. The hookshot makes quick work of the mini Moldarms. There's our boots in Mini Moldarm Cave. All right.
Yep, gonna head over to Ice Rod Cave here. Easily set up like a water walk here. We can get the waterfall cave. Check that. Maybe.
Yes.
We'll see if that's gonna pay out later. Meanwhile, we got Ice Rod Cave here.
That's going to be another full heart container. SlimKirby deciding not to set up that water walk, which I can see, because yes, we can go do those things, but it's not in logic yet without either the flippers or the glove would put the King of Scams himself in logic.
Slim's out of bombs, so he's gotta buy some more here. Let's see if we take a look at see where Slim decides to go next. We are headed up the mountain.
Yeah, I can see this. We've got that hook shot there, so the entirety of Lightside Death Mountain is open to us. That's 7 checks in Paradox, and the oh my goodness, Spiral Cave. There we go.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it either.
Yeah, chat pointing out SlimKirby not interested in whatever Spiral Cave had to offer for us. Also, probably not interested in that dead rock there. Manages to slip by. Is trying to get the hook speed, having a little bit of difficulty. There we go.
Hey, Bunk Rocks, 40 rupees. Inside we got just 10 arrows. On top we got 300 rupees, so it's like we're headed to Paradox Cave.
Yep. And Keeb's not too far behind. Neither runner showing a inclination here to break logic, which is understandable. They've received a lot of stuff already that put a bit more logical checks in access. If they hadn't found the hook shot as early as they did, for example, then I could see maybe going and doing the water walk to do Zora's Domain. But because they got the hook shot, they can come up here and get their Moon Pearl, for instance, in Paradox Cave.
Just getting closer and closer to Agaseed here.
Half magic, not bad. Ether.
And not much else.
Okay, so at this point we have Spiral Cave, which is what SlimKirby is going up to check next. Saha's hut, and we can access pretty much all of the chests in the Eastern.
This seed is screaming Aga right now.
It is, but speaking from the experience I had in my seed earlier today, just because a seed is screaming Aga 1 does not mean it is actually Aga 1.
It's not, and it's all seeds are Aga seeds until they're not.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we pull out here in Spiral Cave. We got just a piece of heart. Okay. See where Slim decides to go. That's my guess would be Eastern Palace area. That's about all he's got left in logic.
All right, going up to Saha's hut here. Trying for the hook speed again. Slim's just having a little bit of trouble getting those hook speeds to go off for him. All right, Sahasrara is holding on to bombs, the bow, and the Book of Medora. So that does open up some more stuff for us. It does allow us to complete Eastern Palace if we want to. It's the green pendant. And Saha's right here. I mean, if you're gonna dip Eastern, you might as well beat it, I guess.
Might as well. I mean, there are 3 items plus the green pendant in here, so it's essentially 4 items.
Yep. Now, here's where we can see some interesting divergence, because that Book of Medora also lets us get into Desert, which is actually our Light World crystal today. Oh, except we don't have a glove. That's correct.
Oh, yeah, no glove, no love. All right.
Like, we could get the one item that would be in Desert Palace, but we kind of need the glove.
And who knows, maybe we'll find the 2 items here in Eastern Palace pretty quick and just head right to the boss.
Remember, this is an ambrosia seed, so there is only one item that is logically available to us in Desert Palace. The other item is going to be on Lamulus, which we can't get to without the glove.
There's the map. So if the next 2 checks are items, we can just head straight to Armos Knights. Don't have to worry about the big key chest.
I'm going to guess we're gonna find the glove here, because if we don't, then that pretty much means we're hard locked into Aga 1. And
okay.
You know, as if we didn't already have the tempered sword and the lamp. Hey, here's Cape.
Well, that was item 1 here, and there is item 2. Head straight to the boss.
Yeah, this seed is definitely screaming Aga at the moment, but the game could be rude and have put glove and hammer or both gloves on interesting locations. We will see here shortly. And interesting to note here that Kiebs is actually not that far behind SlimKirby at the moment. Getting to the back of Eastern as SlimKirby is getting into the Armos Knights fight. Which SlimKirby takes of pretty admirably. Gets that green pendant and some arrows for his trouble. So we'll go see what Sahasra is going to give us for his family heirloom. Slim is just like just having some problems with trying to do hook speed today. I've noticed.
Piece of heart. So yeah, this is looking like an Agassiz. Unless there's a glove in desert and hammers on landwall or something.
Yeah. Which is why I was talking about very interesting locations, because
so for the desert palace here, will we find like a vanilla glove? Could be.
Yeah. Cat calling for the mirror. Gross.
Oh.
Which mirror would be even funnier because it also puts ether tablet in logic.
A boots locked desert, but got the boots, so no big deal.
Yep. There's our big key there. Keebs staying in lockstep behind SlimKirby here. Would have been interesting to see Keebs do Aga 1, but at least it's still a close race, as opposed to, you know, having SlimKirby be already done with desert and going to Aga, while Keebs is still getting to desert, per se.
And
Oh
yeah,
no!
It's an Agassiz.
Oh man! Although it does look like
Bonk rocks here. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, there is still the lurking potential to just break, like, let's say Flippers is on Pyramid Ledge. You know, if you break logic here and check the Light World Flippers checks before you do Aga 1, which, by the way, SlimKirby is checking Lumberjack because he had not checked it prior, though. We did check Library, it's just 20 rupees. And we did check this. It is also just 20 rupees, if I remember correctly. Mind like a rusty steel trap. Or, dang it, I screwed up the joke. Mind like a steel trap. Rusty and illegal in 27 states. There we go. Got him.
There we got it, yeah.
Smooth recovery.
Okay, where is Slim gonna...
I think Slim's gonna break logic here. I think Slim's gonna do the fake flipper and go check Zora's domain.
And keeps getting the bad news that, hey, you need a glove to beat desert.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit in the water here.
Yeah.
So Keebs could just rushing Aga here. He knows it's the Agassiz, so see if this sequence break gonna pay off here for Slim, or we just gotta do Aga anyway.
Keeps doing the needful here, heading to Aghanim 1. Kirby, meanwhile, deciding to come back and check the camper instead of going and seeing what lesson the Wheel of Zerality has for us today. Just 10 arrows. Hey, sometimes that guy has like 300 rupees on him. I wouldn't exactly call him a hobo. Not quite sure what happened with SlimKirby there, but Flute's back to 8 and gonna redo Fake Flipper. And have a few issues. Got it. All right. Rearm the water walk here.
Keebs has made his way to the top of Aga Tower here to take on the evil wizard.
All right, so what's on the ledge is going to be a heart container. And Wheel of Zerality, turn, turn, turn. What is the lesson that we shall learn today? 10 arrows. It's just straight up an Agaseed. Oh, no.
Yep, and that's going to allow Keebs to gain a lot of time back here on Slim.
Indeed, it is. Almost, in fact, is a polar reversal from the early escape death. In fact, and then some, more than likely. Because that was a fairly tame Aghanim 1 down for Keebs Gaming right as SlimKirby enters Castle Tower.
So we have the pyramid and pod.
Yep, and it's going to be pod. As chat correctly points out, Slim more kind of borrowed this time from the future, because when we find flippers, because there's a 100% chance we need flippers, because we're gonna need to go to either ice or swamp logically. Keebs could very well go do those flippers checks. Keebs paying the toll to Kiki, who, we joke about, Bottle Vendor and Zora being scammers, but Kiki's got it down to a science. He charges you 10 rupees just to get him to follow you in the first place, and then charges you 100 more to open the door to Palace of Darkness. He double dips into your wallet. All right, so we find the small key. We could visit the bow-locked side of Palace of Darkness, but we'd very quickly run into an obstacle we can't get past without the hammer.
There's the
Loot
glove.
point. There's our glove.
Okay, so now we have access to the rest of the Dark World here. We can hookshot across. We have access to Catfish, and a lot more checks here in the Dark World with just that glove.
Interesting decision here by Kiebs. He is going to go ahead and check these the bow-locked side of House of Darkness here. Does have blue mail and 8 hearts, so it's going to be a little bit hard to death warp. There's our big key. And a small key. And Kiebs, I think, realizing, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Well, time to run face first into discount Volt Orbs for an uncomfortably long period of time.
Down goes Aga for SlimKirby as Kiebs makes his way to the back of pod, see if there's anything of use in here today.
I mean, at this point, there almost has to be still something, because those gloves only logically open up Zora, which, I mean, Kiebs doesn't know this, but we know Zora himself is a scam. And then I think it only opens up 5 and 6 crystals, Turtle Rock, and Skull Woods, and Blue Pendant Swamp. Titans!
Mint, both gloves hit pod.
Chat pointing out I missed that just one glove gets us to West Dark World access.
But we have a lot more open to us now with those Titans bits.
Yep. So that does open up a lot of Dark Death Mountain as well. Could even get all the way up to Hookshot Cave. If this pod is even more loaded and has, say, the French Vanilla Hammer, the red crystals were Skull and Turtle Rock, and the blue pendant was Swamp.
Final check here in pod. Do we have a vanilla hammer today? No, it's just shield.
We also do have the ability to get into Misery Mire. If it's locked by Ether, as it is in the vanilla game.
Kiebs. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I think you were on the same wavelength. Looks like this is going to be a walk to Catfish. Otherwise, I would just save and quit and head over to the Kakariko portal, which we have access to.
The quick stop at the... Oh, yep, we're going straight to Catfish. I thought you was going to... Oh, we don't need to go to the pyramid. We started at the pyramid.
Yep.
Okay. I played this game before, I swear.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Could have made the argument. We have boots. If you're feeling uncomfortable about your health, you could go grab a fairy from the tree in Pyramid. Bit of a detour though, and blue mail does mitigate a bit of that concern.
Okay, second fish. Okay, there's a map check.
Yep.
Confirming
Turtle.
what we already know.
Mm-hmm. Just $20 from the catfish. And there is the save and quit to Sanctuary. Oh, are we going to get King's Tomb here, possibly? Yep. Let's see here. Chat bringing up another good point. We are only a couple items away from go mode here. We need both rods. We need the hammer. And logically speaking, we need flippers. Because the crystal is ice, we don't technically need them because fake flippering is race legal. But logically, the flippers have to show up at some point.
And we saw there on Keeb's side that the entry medallion for Meyer is in fact Ether, so we can't complete Meyer right now.
Which is why we're heading straight into it. Much like a Philip DeFranco video, let's just jump right in. Alrighty. Making quick work of this entry room with sword beams. Nicely done by Kiebs.
Slim's headed up that Darkpath Mountain here.
Well, again, it's a fairly decent chunk of checks. And if we find Hammer up here, you know, a TR dip could be in play. Would be a little bit weird without the fire rod at the very least, but it's certainly possible. But SlimKirby and any sort of time saver regarding the hookshot are just not playing along today. I think the only one he's managed to hit first try was phasing through the block to get to the chest in Dam. Granted, this particular one is a bit tighter of a window than pretty much anything else attempted, but yeah. Super Bunny Cave with nothing. Meanwhile, over on Kieb's side, we are still looking for, well, never mind, we're not looking for it anymore, the big key of Misery Mire. But we are also still looking for the one item that is not on Vitreous.
And Cutter Rock is Ether as well, so we do not need any more medallions.
Ready? We do, however, need both rods and the hammer. None of which is found in Hookshot Cave. Have to do the cutscene chest torch puzzle the long way around because we don't have the fire rod. Which is just insult to injury, having to stand here and wait for the screen to stop shaking while nothing happens.
Several coffee breaks you could take in this game, this being one of them here in our basement. Bunch of different ones. So, okay, here we go. And the vanilla big key chest in Misery Mire has just a small key today. Still on the lookout for that other item.
And yeah, okay, it's on the right side of Misery Mire here. I would guess we're going to see flippers as our next progression, and we're going to see one of our go mode checklist in ice.
There's our item in the big chest.
Okay. So we can safely ignore. What are you doing?
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Muscle memory is very, very real in this game.
True. True. Cat correctly pointing out we don't have Fire Rod or Ice or Mombos for Ice Palace. I was testing you, chat. You passed. Good job.
A+.
Nice placement of the block there. Just gotta get the switch on screen, and there we go. Kirby running a little bit low on health. Half magic and the Cane of Burna, though. Gonna be able to carry him through a little bit here. Meanwhile, Kiebs heading for Vitreous.
Yeah,
and
half magic shouldn't be too difficult.
Yep. Going for spin strats here. Honestly, with Tempered, I almost feel like it's a little bit... Never mind, this is going a lot faster than I remembered it going. I'll usually just spam slashes.
There's the hammer.
Oh. Ugh. Well, okay then.
That's the location for a hammer.
Yep. All right, so
Yeah.
that allows us to go kill Helmassar King if we want. Oh wait, yeah, we did find the gloves. I was like, where are you going, Kiebs? Kiebs wants to kill Landless. I would imagine it does kind of feel like Kiebs is going to go ahead and just clear up some of these two crystal bosses we can kill, and then think of how he wants to proceed.
Slim had to be a little bit careful. He is down to 1 heart here, so have to play a little bit cautious.
Yeah. Takes a running start to not get hit by the shadows there. Which, I don't know about you, but anytime I'm in that room with low health, I will always, try to remember that the shadows are there, and I will try to avoid them and get hit by them. But then when I'm, don't need to worry about my health, I will just manage to kill them first shot without getting hit. It's weird.
Usually. Yeah, no matter what you do, you're gonna get hit by them. It feels like.
Bosses in this seed not really going to be too much of a challenge because we had tempered at like 6 minutes in.
Right, and Slim taking down Meyer, get that hammer for the reward. See what we get on Landwell. It's just $20 today, but it's a crystal. We had to do it.
Yep. So dueling crystal pickups for our runners. It's Kiebs' second to Slim's first, however. But I would imagine Slim's not going to be too far behind. Because I would imagine Slim's either going to go ahead and do Easter or Desert, or might go to Pod. Or, take a third option and make me look sillier than I already do on comms.
Slim opting for a Thieves Town, looks like here.
Can't blame him. A bunch of items in Village of Outcasts. Fully clearable crystal.
Keeb's gonna go ahead and finish up Pod here.
Alrighty. A 31 rupee return on investment for the chess game for SlimKirby. Very early big key in the front of Thieves Town. There's the map. Looking like this Thieves Town might be a little bit backloaded. Another one of those coffee breaks there for Kiebs. Not quite as slow as some of the other ones, and also not quite as boring because you're, something at least is actually happening in your field of vision.
Hey, Bombos in Thieves Town.
Nice.
Now, Ice Palace is absolutely on the table.
Indeed it is.
How do you feel about the whole rule of fire blocking fire in Ice Palace?
Oh boy. Chat point again. I pointed this out earlier. Remember, we still need to find flippers to put ice in logic. Technically, both of these runners know how to fake flipper. It's kind of one of the first things, the first things on everybody's list of, hey, you should probably know how to do this if you want to play randomizer. Mm-hmm. But the randomizer's logic does still assume that fake flippering is not an option, unless you tell it otherwise, which is not generally done in mainstream competitions.
Okay, down goes Helmet Storky. Well, we get a key item here, just 100 rupees. There's the ice rod and Thieves round. So that puts us fire rod away from Gobo on Slim's side.
Yep. Muscle memory, to answer a question in chat. Keeb could have very well done tempered slashes, but maybe just didn't think of, oh hey, I have tempered sword.
Sorry, small key guaranteed an item in the big chest here. Thankfully, we came here with the hammer instead of without the hammer.
Well, fetch quest time.
Okay. Well, I'm okay.
Yeah, hammer time or shovel time.
I could dig it.
Well played. Well played. It's about time I wasn't the one making lame jokes around here.
Okay, well, I gotta pick my bad joke tallied up here. Okay.
yeah, get on my level. I'm like 5 levels ahead of you. I dropped a Philip DeFranco reference for crying out loud. Anyway,
Flip showing off with the hammer shots here on blind. Says that's enough. I'm switching this back to sword. And switches back to the hammer.
Yep.
Just show it off.
Yeah. Little variety never hurt anybody. There's our flippers. So, hey, Bombos and flippers in Thieves Town. Ice Palace probably looking pretty good right about now.
Thieves Town absolutely loaded in this scene.
But there's still a lot of dark overworld checks between here and there, so might as well knock a few of them out while we're on the way. Nothing in C-shaped house of note. And nothing in the brewery of note either. Cat, what did these runners ever do to you? Calling for Fire Rod and Swamp Palace. Yikes.
Hard to get the Swamp Palace right now without the mirrors, so...
This is also true.
But we'll see if that mirrors wants to show up here sometime soon. And not in hammer packs today. Oh.
Looks like we're gonna see Jeremiah get a bit of the world tour here. Or not.
Head over to the digging game here first.
Oh yeah, that's right, because he gets paranoid if you have somebody following him. Yep. Or something, because he doesn't let you dig if you have the purple chest.
One person per digging party, please. Thank you. But yeah, Slim's gonna go ahead and grab the smith here and take him all the way over to Hype Cave. Be nice if we had the mirror here. We could do some checks along the way, but we don't, so we're just gonna check Stumpy in the Hype Cave.
Yep. So, to answer a question in chat, Ambrosia mode was named by the mode's creator, Blaine, and it is a casual seed, which is a standard mode seed where you have to go through the opening escape sequence. You start with the fighter sword, as in, like, right away, without having to take it off your uncle. Your uncle gives you the boots hint, and then every single dungeon boss has a non-dungeon item guaranteed.
There it is!
And there's our fire rod. We are in go mode at 57 minutes and 5 seconds.
And I think we're back now. Check can help us out here. Are we
Yeah.
back?
1, 2, is this thing on? All right, there we are. Sorry
There
about
we
that,
go.
folks. All right. So you didn't miss too much. We were just kind of bemoaning, unfortunately, as you saw Keebs Gaming. Mixture of forgetting Ambrosia and just doing the front of Skull Woods when we know it's not the answer. Taking a slightly faster path to get to the dig game, so he's got that going for him, which is nice. SlimKirby, meanwhile, just completed his first of 5 Go Mode dungeons.
Grab a little safety potion there. Just
Yeah,
why not?
Potion of Confidence. I mean, you got Blue Mail and 13 hearts. You really shouldn't be getting smacked by anything, just about anything in the game you have left, short of Ganon. But it's always best to have it in your back pocket just in case. Right, onward to Ice Palace. But yeah, a remarkably fast seed, especially considering it was a logically required Aghanim seed. That both runners did well. No, actually, Keebs did decide to do Aga first, but it was fairly a fairly long trek to Aga. Keebs does get his fire rod, which is, unless I'm missing something, go road for him as well. Might have just finished out Hype Cave, just kind of hoping for silvers. All right. And chat bringing up a good point. Cold Stare Hugs still can kind of hurt. A little bit surprised to not see the icebreaker here from SlimKirby. Keebs is in ice now as well. This is actually going to be a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be when we had SlimKirby find Fire Rod first. Because I just realized SlimKirby still has to do Palace of Darkness. That Keebs is already done. So Keebs only has actually only has 3 dungeons to complete to SlimKirby's 4. We are seeing an icebreaker from Keebs. Nicely done. And away we go. Keebs making his way down towards Cold Stare as SlimKirby drops into Cold Stare's room itself. Immediate bombos dropped down. Bypass the first phase of the fight entirely. And then well corralled by SlimKirby. A nice, clean, cold stare kill. For his 4th crystal. Kiebs, meanwhile, not that far behind thanks to the icebreaker in terms of Ice Palace. This might come down to Gan's Tower.
All Slim has to do is go kill Moth and it's already cleared out the front of Pod. And then TR, which is pretty much like a normal TR.
Yes, but while he's doing the front of Palace of Darkness, Kiebs is going to be able to spend that time catching up because Kiebs killed Helmsar already. So Kiebs is going to be able to gain some of this time that he currently appears behind back because he doesn't have to even step foot in Palace of Darkness anymore. He can just go directly to... I would assume he's going to go directly to Skull Woods. Or at least I would hope. And as chat points out, another thing that's looming large is Kiebs entered Go mode without having done the flippers checks that SlimKirby broke logic on, trying to avoid Aghanim 1 earlier. Kirby also did Dark Death Mountain, whereas Kiebs did not.
Then dropping down to kill the Moth here.
Boots and Tempered and Fire Rod and Half Magic should make this a fairly easy fight. This fight is more against the room than it is against the Moth himself. Nicely executed there. And oh yeah, I don't fault Kirby for any of his decision making in this seed. They are pretty much 2-1 the ways I would have done things in this seed. It's just that sometimes, you know, it not to go. Oh, who am I kidding? This is a randomizer of a 30-year-old video game. We're all nerds here. This is a Kobayashi Maru. You can make all the correct moves and still lose. You know.
Yeah, I totally get that reference. Thank you, Captain Kirk. All right.
This is a reference that's only gonna pop like 3 people, but hashtag sniff William Shatner. Don't worry about it. Moving on.
Moving on. All right. Okay, so Slim's fishing a pod here, and Kiebs just has to go up to the rock and beat the rock.
I need him a second. Sorry.
You did this to yourself. Just all to say. All right.
Oh, man. All right. Sorry about that. I'm back.
We got Kiebs here going for crystal number 7 into the rock. We got Slim going into pod, get his 6 crystal, so slight advantage to Kiebs here.
Can Kirby make up the time? Absolutely. I would say if say Kiebs goes full left and Ganstower small key or big key happens to be on the right.
Don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to be a good race. Oh, and see, right there, that dead rock.
There's some time right there because Kiebs has to wait for that dead rock to undead and get out of the way. And plus, you know, these two men are not machines. There's been Kiebs himself took a death and escape at the start of the seed. SlimKirby's been having just kind of minor issues here and there with things like hook speeds and whatnot. So, other unfortunate things can absolutely happen. All right. Powering through this turtle rock is Kiebs. Looking for the big key. Duh. Sorry.
Yeah, turtle rock clear. It's really not that much different than a regular clear if you go mode it.
Yeah.
You just hope to find the keys early and often.
Indeed. SlimKirby, meanwhile, making use of that tempered sword to have a slightly quicker. You were saying about finding Turtle Rock's keys quickly. There you go.
Yep, just like that. Yep.
Yep. Just steal the key coming up here, and we're good to go. As soon as this discount Voltorb gets out of the way. And so begins the final mountain climb for SlimKirby, as Kiebs continues to try to avoid the chain chomps here in Turtle Rock. There we go. I'm sorry, I just love how there's just one room in the entire game that just has chain chomps in it. Because why not?
They call it the Mario dungeon for a reason. Full of pipes and chain chomps and pokies.
Chain Chomp's the true boss of Turtle Rock. No lies detected. Alright, key stolen for Kiebs. Slim does not get dead-rocked and is going to be opening TR here shortly. All right. So, SlimKirby about half of a TR behind here. But again, that can be made up very easily in Gan's Tower routing. Maybe Moldorm 2 decides to get a little bit feisty. Who knows what decides to happen here in the last couple minutes, in the closing minutes of this Link to the Past randomizer race. There we go. We'll just take this time as the runners are finishing up their runs through this Go Mode Turtle Rock. Don't forget to follow the runners for their racing capabilities today, allowing us to watch them on Restream. myself and Captain 1977 on comms, and our tracker, Yoinker's wife. Thank you for hitting the buttons behind the scenes.
Yep, the true heroes of the stream are the trackers. I really appreciate the trackers, everything they do. Okay, so we gotta hit up Laser Bridge here to find the last small key, unfortunately. So, Laser Bridge, not my friend, but we'll see. Oh, just right there. There we go. Never mind.
Not bad. Whoop.
And Mini Helmet, not my friend, also.
Yeah. That Mini Helmet decided to say, "Hey, I can cause a couple seconds of delay too." I'm helping. All right, 13 hearts, blue mail, and tempered, and half magic. Trinex should go down fairly easily here. Does manage to pee on the floor a little bit though. This Trinex apparently, yeah, apparently, yeah, apparently, yeah, very not housebroken yet.
You're gonna have to rub your nose in that.
And there is our 7th crystal for Kiebs Gaming. We're not gonna open up the official betting because it's not that hot. It's a pretty short trek over to Gans Tower from here. But we'll go ahead and just kind of ad hoc it. There are 22 locations in Gans Tower where that Gans Tower big key can be. I do not know why I keep wanting to say the small key. But there we have it. Get those numbers in the chat. And whoever goes closest without going over may or may not win a prize. That may or may not be imaginary. And those of you who have heard me come before may or may not know where this joke is going. I'm going to be merciful. I'm going to agree with our tracker and say we're going to see it on Torch after Hope Room. So location number 3.
Let's say number 7.
All right, there's 1. There's 2. Oh, hold on. We better go check that mushroom. That might be important. My chat doesn't want to scroll back up, so that's cool.
Number 3
bombs on Torch.
Bombs.
All right. Number 4 is a red rupee. Number 5 is 50 rupees. Number 6 is going to be our big key. Did anybody guess 6? Yep. Omega Club 6. There we go.
Omega Club 6, GG. The first
with the guess of 6. Nice.
Yep. And again, no mirrors, so we can't mirror out of GT. We gotta walk back out the regular way.
Boy. All right. So, Omega Club 6. You have won the adulation of the chat and the broadcast team. You've also won a lifetime supply of Link to the Past randomizer seeds, redeemable at ALttPR.com. ROM emulator not included. Void where prohibited. And as always, if your standard seed lasts longer than 4 hours, please consult a YouTube tutorial. As we begin our gauntlet climb here. No silvers either means we have to be a little bit more creative. With killing these red mimics. Kirby having a bit more difficult time with Trinex, but getting him corralled there.
Yeah, when those heads start bobbing and weaving, you're not sure where to shoot, and then you end up going the wrong spot. But nice recovery there on Kirby's side. Gonna go ahead and pick up his 7th crystal.
Right. Kiebs gonna go ahead and take a stop at the hospitality room here in Gan's Tower. Get a health refill.
That's awfully nice again, and just put a little fairy room in there.
Yep. There's even a nice little full magic decanter in there. It's a pretty nice place to just stop and relax for a moment. I'd rate it 4 stars on Yelp. Actually, no, 3. It being in the middle of a giant tower of evil is kind of a letdown.
I mean, the path just to get there, you had to dodge all those cannonballs and stuff. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
It's in a really dangerous part of town, and the owner does want to destroy my way of life forever. So I guess yeah. But man, you just can't beat the atmosphere. It's not evil, it's ambiance.
Debatable.
I wouldn't call it... Commented in chat calling it Rookie League. No, just people who maybe didn't have time for the main tournament qualifiers. Or were just on the cusp of making it in. Or just wanted a little bit of tourney experience without the high stakes pressure of the main tournament of the community as a whole. Wizrobe 2 room going a little bit off plan there, but cleaned up nicely. All right. And I just realized Kirby going full right. That's going to cost some time as well. Kiebs going to go ahead and check. Oh my goodness gracious!
Well,
that's certainly a spot for silvers. Would have been funnier if it was 2 checks more down the line, but that's still a pretty top tier silvers location. Old Arm 2 rolls over without pretty much any of a fight. Kiebs decides to visit Dairy Queen and get a bomb blizzard treat. That was a stretch. I will freely admit it. Moving on, we're about to go to Geometry Wars.
mirror.
Wait, what?
We found the mirror.
Nice.
Wow. Sorry, now I need a minute.
Oh man, that's that's funny again, Tower. That's real funny. I wasn't even paying attention to the Agatu patterns, but what little I saw out of the corner of my eye, could have been better, could have been a whole lot worse. Meanwhile, Kiebs just patting the bonk count, waiting for the cutscene to play. Does get the mid-air swag duck, which is always a fun feeling.
on the Ganon fight here for Kiebs.
Well,
Should be
I mean,
pretty.
Yeah, should be pretty quick fight. And to be fair to Ganon's rant there, he probably wasn't expecting us for a bit longer than this because he knew that it was an Aghanim 1 seed, and yet here we are. And yep, as you mentioned, with the Tempered Sword and all of our backups, this fight is going very, very quickly. Keeps the cape on just a second longer for safety. Is going to have to avoid the fire bats, though. Oh, no! Ganon fall there. That's going to cost a little bit of time. Especially because I would definitely take a second and grab a fairy here, at the very least. Yep. Granted, that's going to have to happen an embarrassingly high amount of times for Kirby to catch up, but it's definitely an example of how things can and will go wrong in this Ganon fight if you're not careful. Nice use of the hook shot there to avoid the Firebirds.
Be careful, he is down to heart and a half again. Yeah, I believe he's got
go ahead and
safeties.
I think he has a red question mark? Because I don't think I've seen him use any of his bottles, and I know one of them came as a red potion. So either he's forgotten or I've missed him. Oh boy!
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know how he did not get hit there.
Yep. There's 3 of 4 here. And now Ganon being a little trolly with the warps. On first load, this is standardized between the players, but because Kiebs took that fall, this is now true RNG here. He does get it, does not get the torch glitch, is running low on both health and magic here. So does need to be careful. He's good.
I think he needs one more arrow here.
Yep, there it is. All right. So, as long as Kiebs Gaming survives the most dangerous 1x3 in all of Hyrule, he's going to finish this race in first place. It's a little high up for my taste, so I'm not going to say it just yet. There we go. And he does finish in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 6 seconds. Get those GGs out in chat.
And does a little dance.
It's down tonight. Cat, was it Ped? No, it was not. It was Aggle 1, though.
At least Slim got the silvers as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, the point I was going to make before Kiebs just found the... and insult to injury, SlimKirby first bomb didn't actually blow the door open. Yikes. But what I was going to say before Kiebs just found the silvers was, I mean, you're up here anyway. It's not that much of a time loss. All 4 of these chests are pretty much directly in your path. Why not? Yeah. Oh, come on. Come on, game. Come on. It's been through enough. Knock it off. Stop it. Get some help. There we go. Was this a PB? I will get confirmation from that, on that either way, when we pull the runners in here for a chat. We're gonna wait for Kirby to finish up here before we do that. I will say we're looking at both runners' full streams on our in our virtual booth here. I will say that Kiebs' timer is blue, which does generally mean it was a PB for default live split settings, but that doesn't mean anything. Is it possible to PB a rando seed? Drunk future self out here with the philosophical questions. I mean, I would at the very least argue you could PB a mode of the randomizer. Like, this could be your best ambrosia time, and you have a best, open mode or what have you.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. SlimKirby dropping in on the big pig.
Slim's got some safeties with some potions, and I believe he picked up a fairy bottle in GT as well, so shouldn't be much of a concern here for him.
Okay, well, there goes that fairy. I'm going to assume that was just an intentional, okay, I don't want to waste any magic, I'll just take face tank a hit and get as much damage in as I can. All right. There's one, there's two. There's a extra shot that doesn't do anything. There's three. I think Slim's just letting out some aggravation at this point, honestly, and I don't blame him. And there's four. Oh no, silver, my one true weakness. And as I mentioned, that was a standardized warp pattern that both runners had on initial loadout into the Ganon fight. But because Kiebs took that death, he got a slightly ruder pattern his second time around. SlimKirby, meanwhile, just cleans Ganon's clock and is going to finish as long as he survives that most dangerous 1x3 in all of Hyrule. Which he does. He's going to finish in second place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 34 seconds. And at this time, we are joined by both runners. GG's.
GG's.
Yes, GG's indeed.
GG.
So yeah, that was a pretty fast seed, especially considering it was a logically required Aghanim 1 seed.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, those early boots, early flute, always makes it fast, even with Aga. It definitely helped that pod had so much in it.
Thieves Town as well. Holy cow, Thieves Town.
Yeah. Pod and Thieves were both just like, here you go.
Yeah, both, because like after Aga, what do you have? Pod, and you get both gloves out of Pod, and then you have so much of the world open to you. It's like, what's going through your mind, like when you're thinking, okay, I got both gloves now, I got my mitts, I can start rushing some dungeons here, or...
Yeah, that was my first thought was, what dungeon can I do? And I was going to go over to Village Outcast and noticed that I had everything that I potentially needed for Mire. And luckily enough, it was Ether Medallion entry that we already had. So Slim and I were talking in the waiting room, and he did the exact same thing. So
Yeah, I mean, at that point, like, especially what I've noticed, like, with the logic lately is, like, especially for those, like, last 3 crystal dungeons, Ice, Mire, Turtle Rock, if they give you, like, all of those things early, the stuff you need to enter, or even just full clear them, like, you gotta rush those. So, like, right after I got the Mitts and Pod, I'm like, okay, so, since I love getting intel, I'm just gonna get the medallion info for both dungeons, and honestly try to hope that maybe following those would also get me the hammer, which is definitely what happened. When I saw that Mire was fully enterable and then also clearable, I'm like, okay, I want Mire as my first crystal, just on the off chance that, you know, you find the hammer here. And sure enough, on Vitreous was the hammer, so... I was saying this to Kiebs earlier. I thought that I was like, oh, I'm in good shape. Okay, this is good. I got hammer immediately. That should feel good. I went to Outcast next, found everything in Thieves Town, as you mentioned, and, you know, already knew my next destination, because Ice was the next clear path at that point, and then decided to do some other, like, early checks, just in case maybe Fire Rod was there, and then, yeah, I still had Fire Rod. I still had the Smith when I was in go mode, so I had to take him back as well, and then, yeah, just, at that point, yeah, just go mode the rest of the 5 dungeons I had left to clear.
Somebody who knows a little bit better can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you could have just gone into a dungeon with the Smith and killed a boss, and the Smith would have just disappeared.
I wasn't. I'm not 100% sure on that. I would have.
Could just be misremembering from like a Cross Keys seed where, you know, I entered an entrance where he's not going to complain and ended up in a dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know in Cross Keys that you can do that, but I didn't think you could do that in this, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, like I said, I could be misremembering. It's been a while since I've been in the very specific scenario of, oh, hey, I don't actually need to drop this Smith off anymore. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So was there, like, I mean, what was, like, the differential heading into GT? Because we were talking, and definitely I know the right side play on my part did not help. So was there, like, a time differential there at that point, or?
We didn't time it exactly. I can tell you where you lost time in general in the seed. Like, Kiebs didn't do flippers checks. And did not do Dark Death Mountain.
Right. Okay.
I vaguely want to say that Kiebs had found his big key and was climbing the gauntlet around the time you finished Turtle Rock.
Okay, gotcha.
I think I entered at 1:15-ish.
That sounds about right. Because I finished TR like just before the 120 mark. So.
Plus, Kiebs went to the Hope Room, then it went left first, so he got a big key quicker.
Yeah, and see, like I was hoping, I was banking on another thing I was kind of banking on was like Mirror being, you know, not in GT, so that would like kind of slow him down a bit. But nope, there it was, like right at the end of the right side path. So that didn't exactly
in one of the rudest spots in GT, the Mirror could possibly be, which is saying a lot because Mirror in GT is already kind of rude.
Yeah, and at that point it's just like, well, I don't want a Mirror right here. I have to take out Ice Armos. I wish I would have gotten this like on the actual right side, and then I wouldn't have to even do Ice Armos yet. But went ahead and went down there anyway.
So, I don't know if you noticed this in chat earlier, Kiebs. We had somebody ask if that was a PB for you.
Maybe. I honestly don't know. I don't really keep track of my rando times.
Yeah, that was another kind of part that kind of came up as that question was asked and answered is, can you PB a rando seed? Which is a fair question to ask. There are a few people, myself included, that keep vague track of it by mode or flag set, but
I like to say no.
It's kind of like, yeah.
I like to say you can't PB in rando, but
yeah,
it was definitely a quick seed, and I feel like it could have been, even faster. Well, obviously now it can be faster, but
yeah,
I feel like I made mistakes, right? Like, so I was still worried fighting Ganon, shaking, trying not to throw, thinking Slim already won.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you had, like, you were a little bit shaky in the start there. You took that death to the ball in chain guard. And I remember mentioning on comms that can throw you off. That's one of those things that just immediately puts you on your back foot is if you take a death and escape in a standard seed, you're already not having a good time.
As my chat will knows, I definitely get very salty and tilted. So that did happen for a couple minutes, but we cleaned it up.
Yep. But all around, really, really, really good race by two of you. So just like to say, congratulations, Kiebs, for making it in the brackets.
Thank you.
And Slim, you need some work to do. Apparently, you gotta win your next race to make the brackets, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, good luck to you in your next race. You have your next race scheduled?
Yes, it'll actually be on Thursday at the same exact time. So 4:30 on Thursday.
Yeah. We look forward to it.
I would love to be able to come that, but I unfortunately am going to be at my day job if it gets picked up for restream. But
it'll be the rematch.
Yeah, indeed it will. Mm-hmm. And enjoy tournament key sanity or tournament inverted key sanity. Commentator curse.
I was hoping for keys this time because I love key sanity, regardless of if it's inverted or not. I wanted that for this, but then when we pull a 1-card ambrosia out of this, I was just like, oh, geez.
Wow.
Yeah, I jokingly said to Slim in the race room before he rolled it, I said, who's going to roll inverted keys for the seed? And surprisingly, it wasn't, because I don't think either of us have played keys yet.
No, I haven't.
Wow. Well, I think that's about going to do it for us. Any last words for the runners here?
Not for me. Thanks for putting on this restream. I honestly wasn't expecting it. I got the ping like an hour before it started saying, hey, there's a race room, buddy. I'm like, I didn't even check the schedule. So thank you for this. Gave me a chance to just kind of relax and not have to worry about commentating, so that was nice. And good luck, Kiebs, on Thursday.
Thanks, and thanks everybody for commenting, tracking, restreaming. Thanks, chat, for watching.
All right, and with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you to our runners, Kiebs and SlimKirby. That was an awesome race to watch. Thank you to our commentators, Captain 1977 and Westside Vandal. Kept it entertaining as always. And thank you to our tracker, Yoinker's wife, did a fantastic job. Coming up tonight at 8 p.m. on this channel, we have the Zelda 2 Randomizer Max Randall Tournament Grand Finals Game 1 between BKPKT Patrick and Trail Z. And then Game 2 is tomorrow night, also at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then at 9:10 Eastern tomorrow night, we have another Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup match between Amarith and Miss Metroid. So I hope you find something you want to watch. And with that, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful time and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!